Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Under the Radar, a place where we discuss your favorite basketball players and hoopers inside and outside the NBA. Today's story is about Darius Garland. Now, ladies and gentlemen, why are we talking about Mr. Darius Garland here? Because Mr. Darius here is officially an NBA All-Star within just 3 seasons in the NBA. Now that is impressive. Now the question that we must answer in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, is how did Darius go from being a shooting guard into an NBA superstar? Let's roll the clock a bit. Darius Kennard Garland was born on January 26, 2000 in Gary, Indiana to parents Felicia Garland and former basketball player Winston Garland. He grew up playing baseball and he only started playing basketball at the age of 5, but he soon narrowed down his option to just basketball. Garland continued with basketball in elementary school and scored his very first bucket in 2nd grade. And in 3rd grade, he attended multiple basketball camps in Indiana led by Bryce Drew, who would eventually become his college coach at Vanderbilt. And his family moved to Tennessee so that he could attend Brentwood Academy in Brentwood, Tennessee with his AAU teammates Gavin Shuvold and Cam Johnson. Garland joined the starting lineup of Brentwood Academy varsity basketball team in 8th grade. In his freshman season, he would average 13 points, 1.3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game, leading his team to a Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association or the TSSAA Division II state title. Garland was one of 3 finalists for Mr. Tennessee Basketball among Division II IAA players. And on December 23, 2015, as just a sophomore, he claimed the MVP honors at the King of Bullgrass Holiday Classic after scoring 23 points against Fairday High School in the title game. Garland would average 18.6 points, 4.3 assists per game as he earned TSSAA Division II Mr. Basketball accolades in his sophomore season. High school sports website Max Preps included him as a sophomore All-American and a team honorable mention. From his sophomore year to junior year, he grew 2.5 inches, and by his 4th season with Brentwood Academy, he was ranked as the best point guard in the 2018 class by recruiting service Mr. 24/7 Sports. In March 2017, Garland garnered the Naismith Trophy High School All-America Honorable Mention recognition when he averaged 23.4 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 2.1 steals per game as he led his team to a 30-2 record and a state title. Garland additionally earned Max Preps Junior All-American First Team distinction, and on November 13, 2017, he committed to play basketball for Vanderbilt, drawn here by his proximity to his home and, of course, his old head coach in grade 3, Bryce Drew. Entering his senior season, Garland would join the Max Preps High School All-American 3rd team, and he became the only player other than Brendan Wright to win Mr. Tennessee Basketball on 3 separate occasions. And in March 2018, he was named the Gatorade Tennessee Player of the Year and a semi-finalist for the Naismith Trophy. And on March 28, Garland would record a game-high 11 assists in the 2018 McDonald's All-American game, as he also took part in the Jordan Brand Classic game and the Nike Hoop Summit as well. Darius would leave high school as a 5-star recruit in both ESPN 24/7 Sports and Rivals, grabbing offers from Duke, Vanderbilt, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, and UCLA, but he stayed loyal by signing with Vanderbilt, so he was able to get better minutes and better offensive opportunities. Garland entered the 2018-19 season as the best recruit ever to sign with Vanderbilt. He was the only freshman in the SEC Conference to make the preseason All-Conference team. And on November 6, 2018, he made his collegiate debut against Winthrop. Garland would lead all scorers with 24 points, and a win over Liberty on November 19, 2018, he would score a season high of 33 points, the second most points by a freshman in school history. Sadly, Garland's freshman season was cut short because he injured his knee in a layup attempt against Kent State on November 23, 2018, and he left the game early. Just a couple days later, Vanderbilt head coach and former head coach of his in grade 3, Bryce Drew, revealed that Garland would be sidelined for the rest of the remaining season with a meniscus injury. And on January 2019, he announced that he would leave Vanderbilt to recover from his injury and prepare for the 2019 NBA draft. and Garland later became one of the 77 total invitees to take part in the NBA Draft Combine. He left the event early on May 15 with the notion that he got promised a selection by a team in the NBA Draft Lottery. Darius would end his collegiate career averaging 16.2 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting 47% from downtown in just 5 games in his freshman season, and that would cap off his collegiate career. Darius was drafted 5th overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2019 NBA Draft to make a young backcourt duo with their previous selection the previous year in 2018 with Colin Sexton. Many people were wondering why Darius was 5th because he was actually projected to be a lottery pick, sometime around the range of 8 and all the way around the first round. But according to ESPN's Mike Schmitz, he said, based on talent alone, Garland is a top 5 prospect and potential franchise point guard who is built for the modern NBA, thanks to his ability to shoot off the dribble from distance. He is highly regarded for his approach to the game and intangibles. Garland actually made his NBA debut, starting in a 85-94 loss to the Orlando Magic, scoring only 8 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and just a steal. Garland also made history during this exact game, becoming the first player born in the 2000s to make his NBA debut. Darius would end his rookie season with averages of 12.3 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds, shooting an amazing 35% from downtown as a shooting guard, since Colin was the starting point guard. The Cavs would finish an abysmal record of 19-46, finishing as the worst team in the Eastern Conference. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, the Cavs just have Colin Sexton and Darius Garland and whatever's left from 2018. And as you know, ladies and gentlemen, something spread and the season turned into a bubble, giving the Cavs time to think about their roster construction, making dramatic moves like drafting Isaac Okoro in the 2020 NBA Draft, and also participating in the mega 4-team trade that took James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets, trading off Dante Exum and a 2022 first-round pick to Houston to get Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince in return on January 13, 2021. They would also trade Kevin Porter Jr. to the Houston Rockets to grab a 2024 second-round pick in return to improve the spacing and offensive execution because they have a lot of guards. I mean, a lot of guards. If you saw the Cavs before January 2022, 2021, oh my god, there's just so much guards and guard forward. And the Cavs would also sign Mr. Andre Drummond in a buyout deal that clogged their spacing, perimeter defense, and offense. I mean, the Cavs actually sadly got even worse as soon as they signed in Mr. Dre. Now, Dre gave the Cavs at least 17 per game, but you can see the noticeable flaws in terms of, both offense and defense. I mean, the dude was literally a black hole. But Darius still performed extremely well, beyond my expectations, with averages of 17.4 points, 6.1 assists, and 2 rebounds, shooting a nearly 40% clip from downtown, with 39.5% from 3. The opportunity of Colin Sexton's constant injuries throughout the season allowed the Cavs to really give the keys to starting point guard position to Darius, allowing him to really improve as a ball handler, facilitator, and a passer overall. And these transactions really pulled the team from 15th in the East to 13th in the East with a record of 22-50. Now, yes, there was barely any improvement from 2019, but the dynamic duo of Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland was really developing just their chemistry and how they should play together, and their offensive weapon that would literally wreak havoc across the NBA this season. The Cavs got Evan Mobley in the 2021 NBA Draft, and sadly on 2021 to 2022 season, literally this season, they began with a very rough patch for the Cleveland Cavaliers as they lost Colin Sexton with a season-ending injury with tearing his left torn meniscus on November 7, 2021, literally leaving the starting point guard position wide open for Garland. And lucky for Mr. Darius Garland here, Darius actually used this opportunity to improve all aspects of his game, like offensive production, handles, and combine his shooting ability with his newfound point guard skills, making him a full-fledged point guard in the process, making both him and his teammates better, most especially Jared the Fro Allen, literally a monster of a center. Creating a fast-paced offense and defense with rookie Evan Mobley, you have Mr. Isaac Okoro there, and then you have Jarrett Allen, and the energy, the hustle that made the Cavs a dangerous team that can beat any team at any given night, no matter if you have a contender or not. And the chemistry and the pick and roll between Garland and Jarrett Allen turned Garland into an all-star. Also Jarrett, even though he's a bit of a last-minute pick. But the reason why he's an all-star, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you his averages this season as an all-star. Darius is currently averaging 20 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds, shooting 37% from downtown. And if that does not say all-star numbers to you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what will. And this duo actually led the Cavs to a record of 35-23, making them, as of the recording of this video, the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, a strong Eastern Conference with the Brooklyn Nets, the Bucks, and the Bulls, and making themselves the fighting Cavs once again. The Cavs really remind me of the current Chicago Bulls because they're a young team that will take down any team and surprise a lot of people with their infectious energy on both sides of the floor. And really, ladies and gentlemen, this is an example of making the best out of any situation. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the answer to how Mr. Darius Garland turned into an NBA All-Star. So I hope you ladies and gentlemen enjoyed this week's video. Hit that like button, make it turn blue. Hit that red subscribe button to join this amazing basketball family. There's new basketball videos every single Friday, so I don't not want you to miss it. So if you ladies and gentlemen enjoyed this video, God bless. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and see y'all next time.